Why now? How long has this been in the making? And tell us about the timing of the launch.
Yeah, so thanks for having me on. We've been building Superhero over the last 2.5 years. So it's, while it may seem like an overnight success, it's been a lot of work behind the scenes to get where we've gotten to. And really bringing a product that resonates with the market and that is in high demand for today's market.
How successful do you expect the take-up to be when it comes to retail? And what are the sort of risks, in particular with the regulatory front, given that we have seen similar concerns about the influx of retail being, a pretty big part of what we've seen going on in the US markets?
Yeah, so look, I think the risk is a well understood one in retail investing. We're not creating something new in that sense. It is a well-formed industry that in Australia has been around for 20 to 25 years. But we have engaged with the regulators. We've engaged with the ASX on building this product, and I think if we can offer a product that makes investing more accessible, then I think that's a win-win for all parties.
How has the pandemic changed this whole retail investing atmosphere? And is this a once-off because we are seeing more people stuck at home trading while they're under lockdown, or is this something that's going to continue?
Yeah, sure. So I've been asked a few times about launching into the middle of this big rush, and certainly a couple of years ago we didn't plan on there being a pandemic, but there's certainly a major shift into the world of investing and online investing. And it's a generational shift that has been occurring for the last couple of years, but it's really been accelerated through this COVID period.
So, John, give us a little bit of an insight into the fee structure of your app. And also, our understanding is that it doesn't offer live pricing. It's rather simple when it comes to trading. Are you planning to upgrade it in the future? What changes are you going to implement?
Yeah, so we do offer live pricing. We're quite proud of the arrangements we've got with the ASX. It is live ASX pricing. It's direct market access. We can offer this sort of price point, being $5 flat fee, due to the technology that we've created that happens behind the scenes. And what we're most proud of is the transparency that we've brought to the market around fees. There's no hidden costs. It is flat $5 fees, and we're quite proud of that.
John, do retail investors get a bad rap, do you think? Because they're often, the kind of perception is that they're speculative players, they're not as informed as the big institutional players. But I'm wondering, in the data that you've seen, do they tend to sort of buy and hold for longer compared to even some of the institutional players, which are probably going in for equity raising and then reducing their positions?
Yeah, look, I think we've already started to see a few different patterns occurring. There's obviously a cohort of day traders, but there are people who are coming on, who are buying even quite small parcels of ETFs and other investments, and have been with them for some time. The platform has been live longer than just last week, and we've seen a small amount of those people coming on and trading frequently. But a number of people are buying and holding with what seems to be a longer term strategy. I think the concern that many have around speculation in the market, look, that's always going to happen. It happens in property. It happens in other asset classes. But there's a huge cohort of people out there who are locked out of the property market. There's asset prices on the rise, and if you had not been invested over the last few years, whether it's in any asset class other than cash, you would have missed out on a lot of performance. So I think it's bringing that access to people that's really important.
Does the relative calm of Australian stocks mean that you're getting a lot more interest in investors wanting greater access to US listings, particularly given the weighting of tech?
Yeah, there is. We've had a number of questions around, are we going to go into US equities as well? The US equity market is obviously the biggest in the world. There's a number of players offering access to US equities. Our view is, let's concentrate on Australia. There's no one really sort of solving this problem in Australia at the moment. So our focus has been on Aussie shares, and down the track we may look to expand into US. But I agree, there's a number of the younger demographic who want access to the brands they sort of touch and feel every day.
What about Asian stocks? Would you expand towards Asia as well?
I think Asia is a massive opportunity. It's obviously a huge market. I guess just to go back to my last point, our focus is on Australia at the moment, before we expand overseas, and then we'll look, where the growth drivers are to expand to where our customers want to invest.
You talk about your traders being the younger generation. Tell us a little bit about who your customers are, the generational gap that perhaps you're seeing in those retail investors.
Yeah, so we split our audience up into three categories. We've got people who haven't invested before or may have felt locked out of investment markets. We've got the dabblers, the people who have traded infrequently in the past, and then the experienced traders. And we try to offer something unique to each one of those groups, and we're seeing strong take-up across all three.
Yeah, John, very quickly, how much cachet do you get from getting backing from people like Nick Molnar and Larry Diamond?
Yeah, look, I think it brings a lot of credibility. They've obviously built fantastic businesses, global businesses that really started in Australia and then expanded overseas. So we want to sort of follow in their footsteps in that respect. But having the ability to tap into their learnings and knowledge over their journeys is massive for our business, and it obviously brings credibility to our launch and to our business over the longer term.